Hello and welcome to Hank's Place. We're concluding Jesus' letter to the church at Ephesus in Revelation 2. Our takeaway thus far: stop trying to get it right for Jesus. Stop toiling for him, but remember that place of grace, the one we lived in when we began our walk with him, simply receiving the love of God freely. And how about that promise at the end of this letter? To him who overcomes, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. In today's world, it sounds mysterious, puzzling to be sure. We have already learned, though, that Jesus is the overcomer. He's in us, and we're in him, and that makes us overcomers. It's time to believe it and walk in it, my friend. Now, how about that tree of life? Well, while it may be a puzzle to us, it was no puzzle to those Ephesians. You see, the temple of Artemis in Ephesus was actually built upon the site of an ancient tree shrine. It was a date palm tree, sacred. It was known as a refuge, as a place of salvation. There were even coins in Ephesus that had the date palm tree, that one, their tree of life and salvation, stamped on them. So Jesus gives them a promise using something that was very familiar to them. Beside the sacred tree that they all knew, there now grew a new, true tree of life for every believer. Jesus is giving them a wonderful affirmation of their position in Christ. He's saying that they, as overcomers, have the right to eat from the real tree of life. What an awesome promise, huh? All right, let's move on now to the next letter. It's written to the church of Smyrna, found in Revelation 2, verses 8 to 11. Jesus begins with a picture for them as well, a picture of himself. He describes himself as the first and the last, who was dead and has come to life. Well, in Smyrna, they worshipped the god Dionysus. Pardon my pronunciation. He was the Greek god of wine, and supposedly he was killed but then brought back to life by his father Zeus. So when Jesus presents himself as the resurrected one, he's really saying to them, I am the reality to your myth. Oh, and also the city itself had been sacked by the Lydians several hundred years prior, but then it was rebuilt better than ever. She was a city that was dead and had come back to life. See the imagery? So thus, Jesus' picture that he's giving them is letting them know that he knows them very well indeed. There'll be much more next time, but till then, I want you to be encouraged, my friend, for Jesus knows you very well indeed. So it's time to be encouraged and come alive.